everybody. Welcome back to 10A Police Talk. I'm Officer Bosco. Today what I'm going to be going over is basically what I call my bug out bag, or in law enforcement sometimes what we call an active shooter bag. This is my, if something really hits the fan, bag basically. It's basically something I keep in my vehicle. Also, if you're a civilian, even if you're not a police officer, it's good to have a bug out bag in your house. If you are a civilian that does take your home defense very seriously, and if you do have a fire at home, it actually is a good thing, especially if you live like where I do, in a rural part of the county, where sometimes law enforcement's 30 to 40 minutes away. It's not a bad thing to have this in case you do have something occur at your house or a home break-in. So this is good for civilians as well. But I'm going to do it basically, I'm going to talk about it from law enforcement standpoint. This is my bug out bag. This is essentially what they look like. This is actually one that's made by a company called Maxipedition. I love their stuff. I have a couple of their bags actually. This is actually a fairly, I think it's one of the newer bags. I have a little mini bag as well, but their gear is really solid. It's very well made, but it's actually not really expensive. That's one thing I love about Maxipedition. Black Hawk, I think, also makes a bug, what I call the bug out bag, which is backup gear bag. They make one as well. Maxipedition, I think, makes one of the best, though. I love their stuff. I think Condor makes one as well. There's a lot of companies making these right now. But like I said, I love the Maxipedition one because I just love the quality and I trust their stuff. And like I said, it's not really going to put you back a lot of money. I believe this cost me about $60, which overall for that's an excellent price. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over from basically what I keep in here. Just basically a few extra supplies. What I do in here in the one pouch, you got about 20 pouches on this thing. I mean, you got all kinds of room. Now, if you notice in a prior video, we don't carry pepper spray on the belt. This is basically just in case I run into critters, because you never know. It's better to have it and need it and not, than need it and not have it. This is mainly just for critters because, like I said, we don't carry this on our baton per policy. But I carry it in my bag just in case, I run into a dog or something, so it's always good to have it. It's an OC Fogger, 5.5%. Okay, and then when this other bag, what I do is this is actually a collapsible baton. It's a little mini baton. It's made by ASP. I love this thing. Like I said, by policy, I don't carry this on duty, but it's good just in case you need to break out a window. Like I said, this is made by ASP. They have one. This one I believe is called the Agent. There's another one that's a little faster, a little bit longer than this. But the nice thing about this is that instead of having to have a holder on your belt, this thing, if you need it, you can just slip it in your pocket because it's got this nice little clip on it. Now it's not super big, but you can still do some damage with this thing, even though it's that small. But this is, like I said, in case you got to break out a window, because like I said, if you're going to a bug out bag, you got problems. If you're going to this bag anyways, or you got a major situation going on if you're going to it. But like I said, this is just a little mini one. I think they want one that's a little bit longer than this, and this is made by ASP, which ASP, you can't beat this. Them and Monadnock are basically the two best batons you'll buy in the business. But this is an ASP baton. Like I said, I believe it's called the Agent. And like I said, I love it because it has this little clip on there. Now, one of the other things, the main thing that I have in my bug out bag is magazines. Magazines for my C93, my duty patrol carbine. I keep 3 in here, 3 30-round magazines, which I download mine at 25 just to keep the magazine spring retention. So basically what that does is I always keep a 30 rounder in my gun, and then that gives me 3 extra backup magazines. So that gives me a total of roughly 100 rounds. So basically if I'm going to my bug out bag, something's seriously going wrong. And if I'm going to my bug out bag, that's because I'm going for my rifle. Now I haven't yet, but I'm going to get a couple extra Glock magazines and put those in there as well. I used to carry just a box of regular ammo in here, but unfortunately I had to use it for qualification, so I didn't. Fortunately, I had to use it for qualification, so I haven't put it back in there yet. But I used to keep a box of 50 rounds in here. But what I want to do is eventually buy some extra Glock magazines and put those. Like I said, you got about 500 pouches, so you run out of room. You won't run out of room is what I mean by this. The one thing I also keep in here as well, which is always good, is that the extra pair of handcuffs, because you never know when you need them, because you may be off duty and something breaks loose and you got to go and you don't have your duty belt, but you still got at least 1 pair of handcuffs just in case you got a active shooter situation. You got to basically put somebody into custody or whatever till the cavalry shows up. So it's always good to have an extra pair of handcuffs anyway. So this gives me 3 when I work patrol, so that's plenty of handcuffs. I hope. One thing that's not in here, which is something I'd recommend too, is actually something else I carry on duty. This is an awesome little flashlight made by 4.7. It's called the Quark Pro, and like I said, for civilians, this is for you as well. it's not a bad thing to have a flashlight. You know, this is a very compact little flashlight. It works like a charm. It's actually 720 lumens. It's actually more than my duty flashlight is, which it'll blind you. It also has a strobe capability on it. It does have a nice little clip on there, so you can literally just throw it in the inside of your pocket. Like I said, it's a good thing to have in a go bag if you are a civilian, because of light is always a good thing, because if you have somebody breaking in your house, this is cop or civilian, you want to identify your target, you know, because you do read stories all the time. And I know that I read one story one time with a police officer who actually shot his son coming through the window. His son forgot the key. The son was basically trying to get in the house. The dad thought the son was gone and ended up shooting his son. And it's happened to civilians as well, shooting their children or shooting a family member. So you always want to make sure you're able to identify your target. So that'd be another good thing to have in your go bag. Usually I had this on me anyways, but like I said, this is the made by 4.7s, and it's called the Quark Pro, and it's an excellent little flashlight. I think it was like 50 bucks, something around in there. It takes 2 CR123A batteries. Now it does chew up batteries because of the fact that it does have a lot of lumens, but it's an excellent flashlight, and that's something else you should have in there. I usually carry it on me, but if you have a good bug out bag or an oh crap bag, whatever you want to call it, it's a good thing to have a flashlight in there as well. Okay, and what I'm going to do here real quick is I'm just going to show you the way I sling it, or the way I like to sling my bag. I'll put the magazines in here real quick, and I'll tell you the reason why I like it this way. I've seen people wear these things about 20 different ways, okay? The way I like to wear it is basically, I like to keep mine short, and I'll tell you, and I'll show you exactly why here in a minute. I sling mine over this shoulder, or actually it's over this shoulder. Okay, and what I do is, the way I like to wear mine is high up and wear it in the front, so it's almost like a load-bearing vest, because I still want to be able to get to my other stuff on my gear. That's one thing I see where I've seen people with these bags hanging all the way down to here. I saw one where there's actually a little place where you could put a strap on, their leg strap on this, where they had it like this hanging around their neck and actually had that strap around their leg and was wearing it down here. I don't know exactly how comfortable that is. It didn't look very comfortable to me, but I like wearing it up here, because in that way it's like a load-bearing vest. So that way everything's accessible, but I can still get to my duty gear, which is the reason why I like it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. This, of course, as you know, is my PPR, properly pimped out rifle. I'm going to copyright that, so nobody take that. That's on video. But anyways, this is my patrol rifle, the C93. Now, of course, you're probably asking, Bosco, why are you throwing it on your right shoulder if you shoot left-handed? Well, I'm ambidextrous for one thing. But the reason why I have to put it on this shoulder, I shoot my rifle right-handed, is because I'm right-eye dominant. So I can't, the pistol I can adjust that, the rifle I can't. But one thing you notice, when I sling my rifle like this, I still have plenty of room, and I can still shoulder my rifle, and if I got to get to a magazine, I just pop this, pull it out, and I'm ready to go. So it just makes it very easy. If it's down on my leg, it's not going to do me a whole heck of a lot of good, because I got to go down here to get it. If it's up on my chest, I literally can get to this to go for a magazine, or if it's a situation where I got to sling my rifle, I still have access to my pistol. So that's the way I like to wear it. Like I said, you're literally treating it literally like just like a temporary load-bearing vest is all I like to wear it as. You know, like I said, you need to be able to access your other gear. But anyways, this is just a short explanation of the Maxipedition bug out bag, active shooter bag, oh crap, it's the fan bag, whatever you want to call it. And I'm Officer Bosco, and then again, thanks for coming back to Police 10 Acre Talk. Keep giving us a like. Definitely like leaving comments. We appreciate it. We want to hear from you. And remember to be safe and watch your six.